Welcome to the Friday Fenix, the only news show in the world, except for all the other ones. Well, the voting rights bill is dead thanks to Manchin and Sinema. Martin Luther King III had harsh words for Kyrsten Sinema, who said she would not change the filibuster because, quote, I will not support separate actions that worsen the underlying disease of division infecting our country. That's right, folks. The only thing holding our fragile democracy together at this point is the filibuster. Without it, can you imagine how bad the partisanship would be in this country? Just awful. Many QAnon followers believe that a body double appeared in place of Donald Trump at a rally in Arizona last Saturday. Apparently, several witnesses claim to have seen 8 raccoons scurrying out of a greasy burlap sack after the event. Some of the QAnon followers claim that the body double was actually JFK, and to give them the benefit of the doubt, there probably is a striking resemblance between Trump and someone who's been dead for 59 years. You know, I'm always amazed at what these people are willing to believe, which makes me wonder, could we conspiracy theory our way into getting them to believe the truth? Like, let's try this. The Antivaxx movement was born in the basement of a Thai restaurant by Hillary Clinton, of course, and the reanimated corpse of Rutherford B. Hayes. And the plan is to keep Republicans from getting the vaccine so that they'll all die of COVID, and then the Democrats can take over and enslave our children in gay theater camps. And that's why you should get the shot. See if that works. As daily COVID cases pass 800,000, the Surgeon General has warned that the next few weeks will be tough. Well, I for one welcome the change to tough from the previous state of goddamn nightmare that we've been living in for the past 2 years. So, yay? But there is some good news. A new site launched by the federal government makes it easy to order 4 free at-home COVID tests. Also, millions of free N95 masks are on the way. I just ordered my test from the website and it was refreshingly easy. But I just have one teeny-weeny little question. Where the fuck has this been for the past 2 years? Rudy Giuliani has been subpoenaed by the January 6th Commission. And Rudy, you'll be testifying in front of the actual Senate, not at the Senate Avenue Brewing Company in Jersey City, Texas. I know sometimes you get your locations mixed up, so just wanted to clear that up. An asteroid flew close to the Earth this week, and a San Francisco newspaper referred to its size as larger than 3 Salesforce buildings. But what does that mean for those of you outside of Silicon Valley? Well, we'll break it down for you in our new segment, How Big Is It? If you're in Sweden, the asteroid is bigger than 5,000 Söderhamn sofas. If you're in Washington, D.C., it's the same size as 60,000 of Joe Biden's teeth, and the same brightness, so no telescope needed to see it. If you're in Florida, it's the same size as your grandma's meth lab. If you're in Arkansas, it's the same size as Walmart's hunting section. If you're in Texas, it's about 2 Jerry Worlds. If you're in New York, it's about 400 million Sarah Jessica Parkers. And if you're in Tokyo, it would be 4 Godzilla-sized Sarah Jessica Parkers. Hope that helps clear things up. In order to curb problems with the supply chain, the Department of Transportation wants to lower the driving age for truckers from 21 to 18. Now teens won't be able to just die for their country in war, they will also be able to die behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler after driving 77 hours a week at least half a decade before they can rent a car. The British man who terrorized a Texas synagogue was able to get a gun within 2 weeks of arriving in the U.S. Democrats are acting like that's somehow a bad thing, while Republicans are considering legislation that would give all air passengers a free gun mid-flight. The U.S. is worried that Russia is looking for any excuse to invade Ukraine, but a Russian official responded with, "No, we love the Ukraine. It's beautiful. That's why all of our troops are there on the border, because they want to ponder its majesty. That's all." I think we can all agree that accents are not my specialty. A Norwegian cruise ship canceled the cruise while passengers were still on board because of COVID. Do you want ghost ships? Because hundreds of trapped passengers on a ship with a virus is how you get ghost ships. 2022 is set to be the hottest year on record, so if you're into art and Molly but can't afford to head into the desert for Burning Man, don't worry, Burning Man is headed for you. And finally tonight, Microsoft is reviewing its sexual harassment policies after it was learned that Bill Gates had sex with some employees. CEO Satya Nadella said that Microsoft is committed to improving the experiences of its employees, and so they're hiring Pete Davidson to make the rounds. You're up first, IT. Don't forget your dongles. That wraps up this week's episode of the Friday Fenix. Join us next week because there's always more news to peruse.
Your efforts